so I'll give us just a broad. Yeah. So we were all brought together under the Cabal. We've all been working to gain their favor and employment in some way, shape, or another. We were tasked to deliver or to free or buy a child slave in a nearby market and to bring them back to the city, deliver them to the Cabal. Given only the description that we would know him when we saw him. I can't remember how much we were promised to be paid, but it was a decent amount. And when we traveled, or when we set out for the bazaar, we were ambushed by scrappy raiders, although they were easily dispatched. And when we made our way to the auction, or to the bazaar, what's up, dude?
Hello. Oh, thank you.
Catching us mid-recap, which is fine. So we were at this auction, and we needed to secure him, so we dimly ended up fighting in the ring and creating a distraction while the rest of us kind of finagled up along the walls and tried to scope out how best to do it. We ended up entering an all-out brawl before we managed to kind of clean up the opposition, and it just settled down.
Luckily, we left with taking out a few.
Yeah, with no casualties, including even a quote-unquote friend that Dimly made. And we left with the boy willingly following us. And we are moving out, I think, into the night, into the desert, headed back towards Tyr. Oh, there you go. Now that's odd.
I don't think it would be good to get back to the city with all this loot and be unrested.
I would agree. We should seek some shelter, or at least find a dune that seems tall enough.
I concur.
And with that, Nisos we'll try to find, let's find some spot to set up some camp off the main road, maybe like a little bit, or whatever main path we've taken. Mm-hmm. He'll look around at his companions, and before answering the boy, am I out of earshot, perhaps, of my companions here, or is this? Okay, he'll look to the others and they'll kind of see if they're like, I don't know.
I just kind of wiggle my my antenna,
Perhaps let me inquire. Do you have any friends in Tyr, or is it more enemies along the way? I see. Well. And what is your name, boy? Ray Eck. From what I am told, you have a unique bloodline and talents to boot.
You shouldn't be sad to have talents. Talents are good. Perhaps in Tia, you'll find better uses for your new talent.
How were you captured, if you don't mind my inquiry? And what happens then?
You took control of this person? What could you make him do?
So perhaps he was not a very good dancer. Well, I believe we have a decision to make. Pray tell, dimly, do you recall how much we were to be paid for this job?
I don't.
Neither can I. It's incredible how these small details seem to pass you over.
I don't think we were actually given a figure.
Well, perhaps not. It was a very cagey meeting.
I'm not sure that the woman we were speaking with understood the concept of money, numbers, or logic in general.
Perhaps not. But the voice certainly did.
Really?
There is. I'll tell you. If my companions do not object, of course.
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't understand. What was it?
The identity of our contract.
Oh,
Maybe if we got the boy close to our contact, he could talk to them the way that the voice talks to us.
That is one of my considerations. You see, and he's looking out at the child. The man who hired us to find you is a man who has similar talents as yours. Something of the sort, perhaps. That being said, I am not so keen as to deliver one man from a cage to his to another prison. But perhaps it is. I am just tired, and this is my conscience speaking.
I'm not sure that who we're delivering him to is necessarily dangerous.
He could be, perhaps. He is. They are on the better side of relations in the city, and, well, not all like them, but in particular the Templars don't. Which is, well, that's what makes me like them.
What would be disappointing is if Cabal wanted to give him to one of these local tyrants.
Yes.
you cannot be freed from a cage to be returned to a Templar.
That would be good. Maybe we could size them up.
Well, my problem is, by the time we size them up, we will already be well within the den of snakes. Don't you think?
Very true.
If the moment we walk into the city, we step inside with the boy, we have decided to give him to them. If we are to decide otherwise, it should be here and now.
Maybe we should ask the boy.
It is his freedom we were speaking of.
That seems fair enough to me. We have made quite a bit of coin.
Although, I'm not sure we want to go against the Cabal. That might be even worse than losing out on 50 ceramic pieces apiece.
We could have said that he slipped away in the night. It's not impossible to lie.
It's true if it was for a good reason, and this could very well be a good reason. What does the boy want? Yes.
Yeah.
We can take.
Or perhaps something a little more epic. What if we were to arrive at the gates and somehow a mysterious figure were to cast away and kidnap him from us, seemingly defeating us in a battle only to abscond with the child far away? We can then return to the Cabal with a story of a public robbing of a child that we tried to bring back and get no ill will pointed towards us from the Cabal.
A clever ruse, but difficult, sure. So much could go wrong. I mean, others could join in the fray. Even if this mysterious cloaked figure was one of us, there's no telling that we would.
Yes, but
I'm not sure.
people will have seen us leave with the boy. Merchants will have seen. Their stories could get back to Tyr.
Perhaps it is safer. If the boy is in our custody, and we get a bad feeling, perhaps, from this cabal and from turning them over, then we can make a decision then and there, yes?
The traditional whoop whoop whoop?
Perhaps, yes. The traditional whoop whoop whoop.
I agree.
I agree. Very tentatively, dimly takes his hand.
Yeah. And he's also put his hand in the middle. All in favor.
And then a nice pointy exoskeleton claw right on top.
Mm-hmm.
Away we go.
Would that have been an opportunity to for Anisos to try to do his things, or is something later coming up? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. That's right. I'll make it pretty fast. It's a little scene that just kind of has to be role played out, unfortunately. All right. During the night, probably on his watch, Anisos would kind of begin really making the fire quite large. As the others slept, he'd put on like some of his torches. He would like kind of remove the oil and just throw them on the fire as well. So it is getting pretty toasty. And you see him kind of like he'll take a spear haft even and put it in the fire, and like it just grows a little bit, and then eventually he just lets it burn out. Just watching it very intently. As it goes on for a little bit longer, provided that nobody wakes up and needs any kind of explanation, he'll try to put some sand on it and douse the fire, or at least a portion of it, to where he can kind of tongs and take pieces of charcoal from the flame. I see that Shakra was typing something. Oh, okay, yeah. And he just squirrels away some charcoal after having burned a couple of things. And when he's confident that the others have gone to sleep, he gets up from the fire and wordlessly steps away, maybe about 10 to 15 feet, not too far. And he sits down behind another rock with kind of these hot coals that he's gathered in a as much cool as he could, and touches something. And when he does, he vanishes. The next room that he's in is well lit and comfortable. It's these candles and these kind of low tables and cushions in this large, like 20 foot wide room. It's like its own individual campsite. There's these very gaudy cushions and like loose fabrics that are all sort of the same material and color variations of his outfits. There's a hookah that might be familiar. And as he goes about lighting some of these candles, the walls itself are moving. It's kind of like this like dark black looking substance from the exterior, and then kind of with a closer candle, it appears to be like liquid sand flowing down each one of these sort of circular dome-like walls. And in the center of this room is a meticulously drawn circle of ritualistic magic. And with his charcoal pieces, he begins setting them aside and into these like kind of portioned circular markers on his circle that he's drawn on these kind of like wooden planks. And he has like a small scroll. He is actually able to read. He's probably one of the very few people that can read. Suck's gonna always wreck on that if he doesn't like it. But he has researched for some time. And in a somber tone, he begins to cant and reach inward for some magic. As he does, you can see each of the charcoal coals like burst into kind of like a blue flame, and their smoke kind of spindles up, and a disembodied voice echoes throughout this small chamber that he's in. And it seems to be in many places all at once, like kind of floating, as it addresses Anisos. Who would dare invoke my name? And it is like played this very sort of deep, looming voice. And you can see Anisos kind of shrink back a little. And he says, oh, hold on. Actually, I have... Apologies. I have the name. Oh, he says... Katil, the thief of 5 fates. I have called upon you for your service. You and I. Perhaps there is a key. I have found something that will bring us closer to the egg. Something that will please Jata very greatly. It is a boy, and I am unsure if he is perhaps the key to what we have been waiting for. And even if not, and his voice is kind of shaking a little bit, and you can hear the voice like, go on. Even if not, perhaps I have a way inside the Cabal to speak to a member of their association. And kind of materializing now out of the smoke in this plume is this blue-skinned, winged creature with rings on his fingers and kind of a dour face. He's small. He's actually probably only a couple feet tall when standing. Would step forward and kind of at the edge of this summoning circle, with a glimmer in his eye, would look to Anisos and smile a toothy grin. Perhaps we have a deal. And after their little shenanigans, Anisos would cut and return back to the campsite with a little someone special alongside him, hidden from view.
Okay, well, as soon as you arrive, stand up and address you, because I was watching this as you disappeared over the hill, and then you poofed away, and I went to talk to you, and you were gone, and now you're back. So as soon as you walk up, I stand up and say, Anisos, you seem to have a secret.
Hello. I did not think you would be awake. That's right. Crane don't sleep, do they?
Is there anything you need to share with us? Or me, anyway. I can keep a secret from these others as they sleep.
And Anisos kind of size him up. Perhaps when you are ready to tell me more about these little disguises you wear.
And then he kind of steps back a little bit because he didn't realize that Anisos might know, because he thought he was stepping into the phone booth perfectly. Apparently we both have secrets.
Or perhaps, and Anisos kind of walks up and puts a hand on his shoulder and claps me. He says, "It is a late night, and we need not let our secrets be so told. They are better that way, perhaps, for now."
I agree. Sleep well, my friend.
I will certainly try. I believe it is your turn to take watch. And Anisos will kind of roll over and watch the Kreen for a while before eventually just drifting to sleep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's fun, man. I love secrets.
Yeah. Super secrets. Although, if you did go and investigate where he was, you wouldn't have seen him, but you would have seen a palm-sized metallic hourglass that looks very fancy sitting where he was.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I would not have disturbed it.
Yeah. And then when he returned, he had it on his hip, just as usual, and that was that.
Sweet. Let's see. Ooh, can I cast minor illusion over top of Rake with like a cow or some kind of livestock or something? Oh, sweet.
Dimly will get on his other flank so that maybe that doesn't happen so much. He'll take one of his axes out, the hand axe, not too showy. Not
And when we're all sort of huddled, yeah, I think Anisos would chime up. We did rest for the evening, so it is possible that word has traveled from the bazaar. Best to keep an eye out to see if we are followed.
Okay.
And otherwise, I think just kind of looking around, making sure that no one's staking them out or following them. I think Nisos would try to head towards the warehouse or the sewer. Yeah. Try to find that sewer entrance. think directly to the Cabal, I think.
That sounds like an intelligence check. Huh? It scares me.
If it is underground, Dwarf may want to know where he's going.
Yeah, proper desert devil. Probably perched on top of a table. Blood red skin. You can only see the bottom half of the face. Jagged, sharp teeth. The top half of her face is covered by a mask that is very much made out of the skull of some sort of a humanoid, wearing scrapped leather armor that's been studded with what looks like, again, very humanoid looking knuckle and other cuboid bones. A pair of, foot tall, straight, pointy horns emerge from her forehead. And you see a quick dash of movement as the tail flicks. The bit of long, stringy black hair on the end nails a sandfly that falls dead onto the table. She then picks up
Nice.
and snacks on.
Couple
Kind of a
nights.
tap, 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 tap. And you look down at the feet, long, clawed toes, barefoot, kind of curled over the edge of the coffee table, just tapping. Very raptor-like movements. She's kind of swaying and lots of head movement. She's engaged in conversation with Nisi.
Hmm.
Did we
Perhaps.
bring our
Oh yeah, that's right. They have a goat.
Do we bring our goat?
Yeah, for sure. He'll bring the goat down here. Perhaps when business is settled, I would be distracted, my dear. What's the status of tieflings in this setting? Are they? What do we know about them? If
Um, you guys would know that they are kind of referred to as desert devils. They're usually out in the wastes, stalking and hunting, though occasionally the odd individual does make it into the city, usually to do contract work.
hmm, okay.
Tall as this tiefling.
With or without the horns?
With.
With horns, she's crouching on that table now, but you would gather if she stood to her full height, she would be over 6 feet.
Tall.
Out of character, what's the relationship between tieflings and Thrycreen, as they're both kind of desert wandering, scavenger type things? Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because it sounds like they would be a good match, but I didn't want to play it if they were natural enemies with one another. But okay, cool. Carry on. Okay. Yeah.
Hmm. There's a halfling in here as well, right? Of course, of course. Yeah, as she was like brushed up against him too, he looked like kind of really uncomfortable because she was kind of hovering on one shoulder, and his invisible familiar is kind of also present on the other. Um, so he was just a lot. It was a lot. Um, but he says, I believe that would be amenable. Yes.
Dimly's going to walk up, and he's going to give this boy 5 ceramic.
Yes, I've been practicing for some time. Not as fluently as me. As do I.
He's like, the option of staying in a great environment or being free. Yes, don't worry, don't worry. It's no problem at all. And of course, remember, always wash behind your ears. And he'll try to pull a ceramic coin out from behind his ear with a little. Mhm.
White. She'll kind of hiss at the halfling. You finished with the flesh? I need the bones back of the Templar's hand. Because she'll just straight up jump over onto that crate and quickly scoot the bones into a pouch, suspiciously eyeing the others in the room.
Well, if perhaps that is the way it goes, then I'm sure we will work something out. And he's gonna give her a smarmy wink. Provided, of course, that we are cut after all. No one you could tell, right? And sure. And did you get the message I put there too? When they're gonna whisk the boy away, Anisus is going to have his familiar follow him invisibly from a kind of a distance, flying in the air. I just want to see what this contractor or contractee might be, or if the boy's getting into a bad situation. Okay, sounds good. Well, greetings. I don't believe I know your name.
I see the tieflings kind of fiddling with some of the bones, kind of matching a place on her armor where it can go, kind of looks up. You can call this one Carrion.
Carrion. Very well, of course. I am Anisos. It is dimly, as they said in Chikra.
Hello. You say these are the bones of a Templar?
Yes,
Did you
they're
claim his leg
mine.
yourself? Fantastic. I have a personal beef with the Templars in general. I'm a great fan of anyone who removes them from power.
It was worthy prey.
As they all are.
Is that the sort of work the Cabal has you doing? Wet work? Or are there any other talents, perhaps, that we might be able to share?
Generally wet work. Other things, if it pleases me.
I was never really one for murder myself. It's messy. It's violent. I prefer the simpler things. Something goes missing, something ends up in somebody else's pockets. It's very easy. Cut and dry.
I'll cut, you do the dry then.
But that would work wonderfully. And, well, I believe we can keep the goat here. I decided to name him Benny. I'm not good with these things. But I would prefer it if you didn't let the halfling eat him.
Can Carrion eat him?
Prefer not. But if you pay for him, I suppose. He was worth a ceramic piece. But since I had to lug him here and, of course, feed him, I would say perhaps two.
Carrion will take her own goat then.
Ah, of course. Oh, no. Mhm. And who exactly is the Iron Claw? Sorry. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. How far away is from where they were? Because as soon as he's gone over 100 feet, they can no longer communicate. Um, okay. Yeah, if he could, Katil would. Well, Anisos, you might be curious to know that your boy has been kidnapped. Anisos, it's just like you see him go like wide-eyed, and or and Anisos would command him telepathically to follow him, and then stand up very briskly uh, from the table. Gentlemen, gentlemen,
Yes?
it seems our companion did not make it to his destination.
We were fighting for our lives. We had to improvise.
There is no time for this. There is no time. Oh. Here we go. Oop. Hell yeah.
They can ram, right? I think they do. When
They-
Buzzworth was playing with the goats, I looked at it just to see if I got to turn into a goat. Benny's about to pay for himself.
That's right.
I think Shakra is going to like perk up when he hears the noise, and look at everybody and say, I'm sorry. I feel there's a great deal of violence. I cannot be a part of this." And then he's going to run over there and behind this pile of whatever it is and cast minor illusion over top of himself. He's going to ball all up and then just make a box or a sack or whatever, all this other stuff that's over here in this corner, and keep a dart or a shakatra chak on the ready.
Love it.
Cha
Well, there's like
chachka.
there's chakra and chakra and
So
chakra. I mean, who knows?
and that'll be the end of my turn. I'll just hide here and try to avoid all the violence.
It's like I have line of sight. Yeah. All right. I have an axe in my hand. I'm going to throw it. Yeah. Battle axe comes out. And yeah, do I get an action? I can pull out Mother Axe? Or is that... Yeah, and then I'll just have the battle axe. No.
All right. She's gonna burrow into this crate of kank meat and use her bonus action to hide, and she'll hold an action to take a swipe at anything that comes by her box. Eh. So yeah, it's a pot. It's a crate of kank meat with two horns, very obviously poking out of it. Nah.
Anisos is going to kind of step like right behind like Dimly and what's her name? Nisi. Yeah, and he's just in a bit of panic. No, it's nothing. Ironclaw have taken the child. He's above us. And he's gonna like grab Nasi by her little collar, or little belt sash, whatever it is that's around her neck. He's gonna say, Ironclaw have taken the child. The Cabal does not have him anymore. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a bonus action. I'll back up a little bit, seeing that there's something coming down from above, and I will draw these like 3 pebbles, and bonus action will magic stone them, so they kind of start to move in his palm, and I will hold an action until it gets maybe in like the middle, and then I'll whiz a stone at one of them. Done indeed, sorry. Yeah, sure. Yep. And then I'll throw a stone, although it seems like it kind of has a really straight trajectory of its own. Seven. All right. And that was it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not? Carrion makes a throwing motion towards this one, though she doesn't throw anything that you can see. Assume that will hit. And it's adjacent. I forgot to put sneak attack on, so there's going to be some more damage incoming. Give me a second. 10.
Nice.
Psychic. All of it psychic.
Nice.
Bang.
Oh. Mhm. Oh yeah. Holy shit.
Oh God.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Hang on, I had to reboot everything because I'm not getting anything in the chat here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and does my minor illusion won't break if I throw my chachka right out of it. It's not like stealth or anything, right? Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to try to very casually kind of throw it sort of boomerang style. So I'm sort of kind of going to throw it out this way so then it hooks back and takes care of these guys very subtly from out of the box. Let me see. And I guess that's really all I got. I don't think I can do anything else. So I'm going to stay hidden in my box and let Dimly start whacking peas.
All right. I'm going to pull out my second-hand axe from my belt. I'm going to take a swipe at this one to the right of me. Which does that make the? Did you see that? No, I mean, did you see that ping?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Ooh. All right. I'm going to use my battle axe on the other one over here. I'm done.
All right. Let's see what the distance is. Yeah, she can do that. She can clear that. So with her psionically enhanced 27-foot long jump, she's just gonna launch herself fucking over here.
Oh my god.
More like there, and rake her claws through this one.
Ah!
Ah,
It's my favorite sound effect.
yeah, I'll use it because otherwise I'm gonna forget about it. big one coming. And because the extra jump distance doesn't count against my movement, I should have 15 feet left. So she is gonna tuck, say, around here, break line of sight, and yeah, that'll be her go.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. I am going to. So is this thing engaged with me still? So I have to like. Okay. Sure. I'll kind of stumble from the goat, like, God damn it, Benny. And ba-da-bum-bum. Let's see. I'm actually just gonna kind of take this one easy as well here, and I'll sidestep a little bit and war one of my other stones at this fella. Ooh. He's still favoring his arm from Benny. The thing, stone shoots wild. That'll be it on this turn, actually. Holy shit. Raggy. Stupid fucking goat. Yeah, that next stone's ready for you, Benny. Yeah, best be running.
Hammers and anvils.
Oh no. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.